Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony for the Hacking for Good week. I'm super excited to go ahead and kick off this closing ceremony and get a lovely summary of everything that y'all have done this week. Hello, hello. I am so glad you had a great week. I love to hear that. It is, in fact, not too late to submit your challenges. I do have a slide about this later on in the presentation slash closing ceremony, but it is not too late. The challenges are due at the end of the day. Please just try to get them in as fast as possible, though, because the end of the day that the system locks might be different than the end of the day for you. Like based on time zone. So please just try to get it done as fast as possible, but you do have some more time. Ooh, yeah. We do have a lot of job opportunities open at MLH, so I would definitely recommend going on MLH's job site and checking that out. There's definitely a lot of postings there. And just be passionate about hackathons. All of our employees love hackathons. We love the community, and that's why we spend all of this time with y'all. Yay! I love what we do too. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this check-in banner over here, but just in case y'all didn't get the chance to check in, I'll put it in the chat for you. This is the last event you'll be able to check in for, so if you need to get your check-ins up for the swag, or you just want to track your attendance, which you should be doing, make sure you check in. It's a super easy click and a check-in, and then you're done. So make sure you do that. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. So hello, meet your MLHer. I am Varshini. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. Fun fact about me is that I love reading, and I will be doing your closing ceremony for Global Hack Week. First, in case you don't know, what is Major League Hacking? We run the Global Hacker community. It is our mission to empower hackers just like you. There are actually 1.2 million hackers, and we are surpassing that number every day in the community, and they are just like you. So if you're joining us for our first Global Hack Week, welcome to the community, and if you're returning, welcome back. We are here to wrap up the Hacking for Good week. So obviously, all of y'all have been participating in streams, mini events, and fun little technical streams throughout the week, and we're here to wrap all that up. Here's a few highlights of the Global Hack Week. I know this doesn't cover everything because there were just so many amazing things this week, but here's a couple of highlights for y'all. First, we have the fireside chat with Reach Capital. Huge thank you for Reach Capital for helping us with this, and Quavi for giving us a great introduction into what Reach Capital does and an amazing fireside chat. Then we had mapping out climate crises with Python, and this was with Talon. So Talon gave us an amazing stream about the different climate crises and how to map them out. Then you upgraded your game dev flow with MCPs, and this again was with Talon. Talon was doing a lot of technical streams this Global Hack Week, and hopefully y'all got a great introduction into MCPs and how to use them for game dev, which I think is a novel use of MCPs that I haven't seen too often. Then we created a community lending tool with UT. So y'all went over and made a very cool project. I do think this stream was very cool. So if you did not get a chance to watch it live, definitely make sure you go back and watch it because it was a pretty good tool and it definitely was for social good. Then you created a mental health support platform, and this was with Vincent. So this looks pretty cool. So you had a deployable MVP all the way from prompt to deploy, which is super cool. No, it was not the University of Texas. UT is one of our streamers. UT is a very amazing streamer that streams multiple technical streams every Global Hack Week. And if you have not seen the force that is UT, you definitely should stop by one of their streams because it's very, very good. lots of technical depth and spread amongst a lot of different parts. So definitely a great time always. Then you explored how brain waves impact your sleep, and this was with Jocelyn, which is super cool. Brain waves are very, very fun, and it's cool to learn about how they can impact sleep as well. That was a couple of our highlights for Global Hack Week. And since y'all just absolutely love Global Hack Week, if you would like to help us make it even better, please fill out the GHW feedback form. I know all of your streamers are usually pushing up this stream and trying to get you to fill it out, but we definitely do want you to fill it out, even if not for a closing ceremony. If there was any streamer that you really liked, anything about GHW that you particularly liked or disliked, please put it in the feedback form. It's the best way for us to get feedback from our community, which is y'all, and implement that for future GHWs. So please make sure you fill out that feedback form. Yay! I'm so glad that Jocelyn was awesome. Yay! I'm sure she would love to hear that. And Jocelyn definitely does very amazing every Global Hack Week. Hello, hello. Now let's talk about some swag. First, remember that you could have earned your basic swag this Global Hack Week by registering and checking into mlh.link/GHW, submitting an address at mlh.link/address, and then completing the featured challenges by our partners. Remember, all of this is still possible. You just have to do this by the end of today. So if you haven't done the featured challenges yet, please make sure you do them ASAP because they do close at the end of the day. Not sure what time zone that's in, so let that be a warning to you so that you finish them immediately and not wait any longer. Challenge submissions, like I said, are open until the end of today, but please make sure you try to get them in as quick as possible so that the time deadline doesn't cut off and then you're like, no, my challenges. You do not have to complete all the challenges to get the swag. You just have to complete the ones by the featured partners. Like it says here, the featured challenges by our partners on the challenges dashboard website, you'll be able to earn your basic swag. So what's next? In July, we're kicking off the 2027 hackathon season, which is super exciting. I know we're still in 2026, but here at MLH, our 2027 hackathon season does begin in August, or it begins in July, and we'll kick it off in strong full force, starting off with our August hackathons. So definitely make sure to keep an eye out for that and the list of all of the different hackathons that we'll have for 2027. In August, we'll be exploring all things agents, so definitely make sure you keep an eye out for that. We will be getting a deep dive into agents. And stay tuned for our September theme to be announced soon. We are in the process of finalizing based on feedback and everything else that we've been hearing internally, so definitely make sure that you stay tuned for that announcement. And make sure you sign up for our upcoming Global Hack Weeks at ghw.mlh.io. If you sign up for them and pre-register for them, sometimes we have swag drops, and it also gives you a notification when the Global Hack Week is about to happen so that you don't miss out on it because it's a great time. And that's it. That will be our Global Hack Week season launch. So get ready to go for our next Global Hack Week. That'll be July 10th to 16th. So mark your calendars if you're not going to go ahead and register, because if you register, it'll be automatically on your calendar. But if you don't want to register for any reason, you can always just go ahead and mark your calendars for that date so you know when to be aware of it. Find more hackathons at mlh.io/events. If you go to mlh.io/events, we have all of the hackathons that are left for the 2026 season. And then after season launch, which is when we launch the season and the season's hackathons, all the 2027 hackathons will be available on the website there as well. A big thank you to everyone that has joined us for this Global Hack Week, but especially to our streamers and the team that makes Global Hack Weeks possible. It's a lot of work to put into these Global Hack Weeks every week, and your streamers work around the clock to make sure that you get a very fun Global Hack Week. So let's start our round of thank yous. So there's me on that slide. Thank you to Alberto and Jocelyn for some pretty cool technical streams. I think Alberto did intro to open source, and Jocelyn we saw was doing stuff with brainwaves. Very, very cool. And thank you to Tokir, Freddie, and Talon for some technical streams, mini events, and some Today in Global Hack Week streams. We saw some pretty cool technical streams from Talon, and I'm sure y'all saw Tokir and Freddie around as well. Thank you to Vincent and UT. These are our two technical streamers that did amazing. UT always does some pretty cool technical streams, and it was a very fun community lending tool. And same thing with Vincent. Then thank you to our partner success managers at MLH, Rosendo and Alex. They help put together events like the fireside chat with Reach Capital. So if y'all enjoyed that, make sure you give a huge shout out and thank you to Rosendo and Alex. Thank you again to the partners that make it possible for MLH to be here, including GitHub. And we'll see y'all next time. That is it for today. I'm going to hang around for a bit more to see if there are any questions. But if not, I will also log out and give you all back some of your time so that you can get ready for the next Global Hack Week. I'm not sure if we have any more roadshows on the schedule, but MLH is always doing some pretty cool events. So definitely make sure you check out MLH's like LinkedIn, Instagram, all their social media platforms, because that's where we post all of the events that we're doing. I think the last roadshow that we had was in Austin. Oh, that's cool that you came there. I was there as well. They you should definitely check out the social media platforms for more info. Glad to hear that you're excited for July. Yes, they will be listed at mlh.io/events. There's already some there, but in the season launch for July, the rest of the 2027 hackathon season events will be listed as well. You can find them on the challenges dashboard at MLH, so go to ghw.mlh.io and click on the challenges tab and you'll be able to find the challenges. The feature tags are specifically tagged as feature challenges. No worries, you will not get swag if you don't submit any challenges, but you still have until the end of today, so just make sure that you submit those challenges before the end of today and you'll be good to go. Yay, Freddie. I'm glad to hear that he's getting a shout out as well. There should be hackathons listed. Let me troubleshoot for you really quick. At mlh.io/events. There are hackathons listed. Check out this link in the chat. If you go to mlh.io/events, it'll redirect here. Again, this is the 2026 season schedule. So there might have been, there's not that many hackathons because this is the 2026 schedule. The 2027 schedule will be listed in July when we launch all of the hackathons. But if you're curious and you want to get like a head start on the rough dates that the hackathons will be, most hackathons typically do host around the same time or the exact same weekend as the previous year. So you can just scroll down and you'll see all the hackathons from our previous season. I don't really have a favorite book. I like a lot of different books. I'm curious what your favorite book is though. Are any of the MLH websites open sourced? I do not believe so. If you have any suggestions for unifying the time zones, definitely make sure that you go ahead and fill out the mlh.link/feedback form for GHW feedback. So that way we can get that feedback and work towards implementing it. I don't think the websites are open source. Yeah, the fellowship is a pretty cool program. You can check it out at MLH Fellowship. Just search it up. We've got a fun program. It's like an internship alternative, and you get to build a lot of open source, which is super cool. Ooh, 6 of Crows and Cinder series. That does sound very cool. Sound like very fun books. I don't know how you got the Purple Heart. Very cool. But I love to read books, so glad to hear that there's a fellow book reading lover. All right. One more question. Do you know what we are supposed to submit to the check-in to Social Good Week challenge? Yeah, so that one is an automatic challenge. So if you just register for the Social Good Week, which is like the MLH Organizer HQ check-in link, just check into Social Good Week and then you will be good to go to submit that challenge. If it's asking you to submit something, submit like a screenshot of the like page on the Organizer HQ that says checked in. All right, I'll play some music and stick around for a couple more minutes to see if any more questions pop up. But if not, y'all are free to go if you don't have any questions. And I will see you for the next Global Hack Week. Thank you for joining us for this amazing Global Hack Week. Oh, that's very cool. Now I know for the future. And I'll just play some music and chill until it sounds like there's no more questions. Thank you for coming by. Bye. Hey, thank you for coming. Yay, glad you had fun. Thank you for coming. Bye. All right, I'm not seeing any more questions come in, just a bunch of thank yous and excitements for Global Hack Week. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. But thank y'all so much for joining us for our Social Good Global Hack Week this week. Super fun week, full of a lot of fun, exciting streams. I'm glad y'all got the opportunity to join us. I look forward to seeing you next month from July 10th to July 16th. And we'll have a fun season launch. So thank y'all so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.